If consult the Shastra. Tasmat Shastram Pramanam te Karya Vyavastitau. Karya, what is to be done. Akarya, what should not be done. To decide what to do and what not to do, what is the pramana? He says, Shastra is the pramana. But today we all discuss and decide things on what basis? What to do in life? What is to be done? Should I do this? Should I do that? When the dilemma conscience. If conscience can be consulted, why not Krishna refer, consult your conscience and do things? Why he says Shastra is the pramana? And what is a Shastra? That also we don't know. What is conscience? That we don't know. That we don't understand. There is a confusion. No, we all have this Chaturvida Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Artha, Kama, all of us know. All of us earn only to enjoy. You put in so much of effort, build a house, earn money, build a house, only to enjoy living. Following Artha, Kama, that doesn't require any training. That doesn't require any education. You have to earn. It's not required. You have to enjoy. Nobody has to come and teach you that. But then, how your earning has to be, how your enjoyment has to be, there, the foundation has to be this. So, when you are living your life should be sandwiched between these two frequencies. Dharma, Moksha. That is why they have put Dharma first, Artha, Kama and Moksha. So Artha, Kama is in between. Dharma, Moksha is the reference point. So when you are pursuing Artha and Kama, reference has to be Dharma and Moksha. And Rama represents Dharma and Moksha. Entire Ramayana discusses about Dharma and Moksha. And how does this Ramayana begin? The first word of Ramayana is tapas. Tapaswadhyaya niratam. That is the first word it starts. Tapasvi Vagvidamvaram. Naradam Paripapracha. Valmikir Munipungavam. In Sanskrit, the words gets mixed up, but meaning will remain the same. That grammar. Tapaswadhyaya niratam. First verse in Ramayana gives the quality of the student Valmiki and the guru Narada. Right. That Valmiki explains who is the author of Ramayana? Valmiki. Okay. Valmiki is the author of Ramayana. That Valmiki calls himself as Tapasvi Valmiki Paripapracha. Paripapracha means inquired. Appropriately inquired. That's a meaning. Paripapracha. Pracha itself is asking. Paripapracha means what? With due respects, the way the question should be posted to the guru, in that manner he asks. He is the author, and he gives a qualification to himself as what? Tapasvi. Right? See the intricacies of beauty of those verses actually. And then he gives a qualification for that Narada. And for Narada, he gives three qualifications. Tapaswadhyaya niradam. That's the first qualification. So, Narada is also a tapasvi, the teacher. The student, Shishya Valmiki, is also tapasvi. He is also PhD, I am also PhD. Sir, will any student, will any Shishya, any Sat Shishya put himself equal to his Guru? It's impossible. Huh? Adi Kavi Valmiki, we say, Rishi, great Rishi Valmiki he is. He puts the same words both for himself and the Guru. See, when you are reading Ramayana, Mahabharata, remember, it is called as Itihasa. Itihasa literally means thus happened. Exactly like, it's not history. Don't take it as history. Yesterday, Amit Shah went to Chennai, had a meeting with ADMK, and there is a pact being formed. There is a pact being formed. Alliance is formed between BJP and the NDA and ADMK. When you read that in the paper, you take it as what? You are not seen. You are not there. You are just seeing in the paper. And there is no picture is also been given. Only words were given. You have read those words. What do you understand? The event has happened, correct? That's exactly what Itihasa is. You follow? Itihasa is the first. So newspaper, all those people who are working in news agencies, reporters, all the reporters can claim who is the first reporter in the world. Valmiki is the first reporter. It is not called Itihasa. SRIMAD Bhagavatam, Vishnu Purana, all these were put in the category of Purana. Purana means ancient. What happened long time back. That is reported. Now, how do you understand that? What is the difference? Purana should be understood, Itihasa should be understood not as a story nor as a history. Now, today people keep asking this question to me a lot. What is the period of Rama? Yes, is Rama actually happened or he is just a fiction? Say, history is not the problem of our people here. That doesn't mean don't think, history is not known. These people don't know how to keep records, please. They have keeping record. But what they were keeping record is not the chronological flow of events. Remember that. Panisami, Edapadi, Panisami. He was there, Annamalai was there on stage. All three were sitting and they were holding hands and they said, we are having a pact. Alliance is formed. This is history. But what these people talk about is not the event. Their concentration was what was the mental state of Amit Shah, what was the mental condition of Annamalai, what is the mental condition of Edapadi Palaniswamy when they were sitting there as they were speaking, as they are having interactions. You are all able to follow the difference. So when someone asks you about why Indians are not keeping history, means don't think we are not keeping history. We are keeping history. But the manner in which we see history is not the year in which the Panipat War happened, the first Panipat War, second Panipat War. That's not our concern. The concern is what was the mental condition of the person at that time. So when you are reading these texts, you should be very clear on the way in which you should read. See, that's what we are not taught. We are all taught what to read. But how to read, we were not taught. There. All of us have been to school, right? In school, one teacher nobody likes. None of us will like the one teacher. Isn't it all of you have done that, no? First time, the moment you enter the school, first thing you do is what? Go and check the staff room. Who is absent today? Who is absent? If that maths teacher is absent, what a joy. The maths teacher is not there. Pleasure, appa. Suddenly, physics teacher walks in during maths class instead of PT period. Now we were having physics there, chemistry was there, mathematics was there. They were teaching mathematics. But if you were to have a teacher who had taught you how to study mathematics, I tell you, the syllabus that we are having for one full year can be covered in a matter of 1 month. I did it like that. I was fortunate to have a teacher like that. Because in those days, 12th standard, we used to have, before we go for the public exam, we used to have, preparatory exams, mock test. In the school, they will give mock test. If you fail in the mock test, you will not be allowed to appear for entrance, public exam, because it will affect the school. So you have to pass. In my, mock test, first mock test happened in the beginning of January, I got 0 in maths. That way I used to tell, me and Ramanujam are same. Because Ramanujam also got 0 once. Because the teacher didn't understand the answer. He thought, he copied. 15 steps is what teacher knows. This man covered that in 3 steps, the answer. And teacher thought, he is cheating. He didn't understand, But then, that's the only link I have with him. Otherwise, how to study? How to study Ramayana? That's far more important than the study of Ramayana. I'm going to teach you only that. If you have to study Ramayana, remember Ramayana study is exactly like how in those days they decorate the house outside, they put the rangoli, they put that. How do they do that? They go through 3 steps. First thing, they sweep. And then, only men are giving answer. Those who are doing only will say no. Correct da. Sprinkle, doesn't matter, somebody do, if nobody is doing it, someone do it better, Then you sprinkle water. After sprinkling water, you apply that rice powder. That's what we use. Rice flour is what we use for making that rangoli. It looks beautiful. Imagine without sweeping you apply. Imagine you have swept but you have not applied. Or imagine without sprinkling water you apply. What will happen? One blow is enough. It will disappear. One wind is enough. The whole thing will disappear. Similarly, friends, if you have to study Ramayana, Mahabharata, you have to study in that order. You can't change the order. The sequence has to be very clear. It has to be studied in the same sequence. First, clear. What is clearing here? Clearance is where we study them with the application of logic and reason. You have to study Ramayana analytically. I'll tell you, I'll explain what I mean by that, how I learnt it. Since you are all familiar with the stories, I'm not going to the storyline. I'm not going to tell you the storylines. There was a discussion I had been to where it's not a discussion, it's a debate, actually. There was a debate session going on with a few scholars. And the question they were debating was, who has assisted Rama to fulfill his avatar's mission? The mission of Rama Avatara is what? To kill Ravana. That's the mission. So, in the accomplishment of this killing of Ravana, who has assisted him the most? And they took 3 fellows. One they took was Vibhishana, 2 Sugriva, Jatayu. These are the 3 people. And then the debate started. So the first person who came in to speak about Jatayu, he started saying, sir, Jatayu is the one who supported Rama. He fought against Ravana, and in that process, it is only Jatayu who gave his life for Rama. Right? Jatayu died. Knowing fully well he is no match to Ravana, he fought him. Whereas Sugriva gave a support. Vibhishana was sitting like a manager, coach, sitting outside the field and giving some advices here and there and all those things, but he didn't participate in that. So, Vibhishana is just a advisor, reject. Sugriva gave his army. More than Sugriva, who helped is Hanuman did more help for Rama than Sugriva. So, Sugriva out. Vibhishana out. So, who is the winner there? Hands down, the winner is Jatayu, because he is the one who fought. And when did he fight? Sir, who you will consider as a good servant? The servant who works in front of you, or the servant who cleans in your absence? Who is a good servant? Huh? When you are there, they will do all work, correct? There is another servant who does pakka, clean, everything is done as is expected to do in your absence. Who is superior? And I was listening, correct, no? He said. Then the next fellow came. Fantastic, sir. I don't understand how can you include Jatayu in the list only? Because the question was what? Who assisted Rama? Who helped Rama? Did Jatayu help Rama, or Jatayu was actually going against the Avatara mission itself? What was the attempt of Jatayu? When Sita Bharana is happening, Jatayu goes and fights. Imagine Jatayu wins that battle and picked up Sita from the Pushpak Viman of Ravana and brought her and gave to Sita. He said, see, in your absence, this Ravana came to take away Sita. You don't worry, Rama, I have saved her, so take care of her. Rama will be standing there and doing what? Rama, he will say. Rama, they think I am an idiot or what? When Sita saw that Mayaman, no? That golden deer, right? What did Sita ask golden deer for? For what? To play with it, no? Because she was playing with that. And it was so interestingly playing. So she wanted to play with that, and it is already 13th year now. Only one more year. After that 1 year, what is going to happen? They have to start going back. And they have to walk back, okay? Remember, they are somewhere down. They have to walk all the way up to Ayodhya. Right? So for walking itself will take 3 months, 4 months it will take. So for all practical purpose, Sita has already started thinking of what? Going back to there. Now when she goes back there, her thought was what? She was thinking to herself that when I go back into the palace, no, Kaushalya Ma will ask me, Urmila will ask me, hey, what was happening in, forest here? Were you happy there? I'll tell them what you were leaving, man, useless. See the one thing I got from there. That golden deer, all of them will look at it and feel jealous of me. How happily I was living in the forest with Rama for 14 years. There is a very good chance that Urmila can tell Lakshmana, let's also go. Now, we have not been out, so let us also go, to forest. She wanted that golden deer for what? To play with, right? To catch the golden deer, if Rama was running, should he be running with bow and arrow or should he be running with a net? He should be running with what? He should be running with a net only, no? But what was he running with? Bow and arrow. The clear agenda of Rama is what? You are not going to catch the deer by the ears and bring it. You have to throw a net, catch it to bring it live. So Rama's intention was never to catch the deer to bring and play with it. He is very clear. What is it? Kill it. Maybe she asked, we don't know. Sita could have asked for even to have that also. Dinner. We can have. We don't know. But it's so interesting to see that if Jatayu would have succeeded in his attempt, he would be facilitating Rama to fulfill his mission, or he will be going against. Factually, the attempt of Jatayu itself is what? Redundant attempt. Therefore, Jatayu is not qualified even to be in this list only. He never assisted actually. Fortunately, he failed in his attempt. If he would have succeeded, Ramayana would have become completely complicated. Thank God he didn't succeed. This fellow went. I was sitting like you, all of you. Ada? Correct? No? Then the third fellow comes. The third fellow came. He said, Sir, Rama is known for what? Rama is one thing, if you want to understand Ramayana, is referred to as Sharanagati. Right? Sharanagati. Surrender. Anyone who goes and surrenders to Rama, what he will do? He will give protection. Protection is given to you, man. You surrender to me. Now this Jatayu is seeing from a distance. This fellow, Ravana, is capturing Sita and taking. Jatayu starts thinking now. Imagine somewhere down the line when Ravana sees Rama and gets inspired, because he is known for his Maya things and all that, no? So one of the ministers of Ravana, no, gave him an advice, because Sita is not agreeing to Ravana. He is not yielding. And Malyavan, one of a very good minister he had, his name was Malyavan. That Malyavan said, one day, what's your problem here? You know so many, Mayas, illusions. You can create all those illusions. All that you have to do is what? Just take the form of Rama and go. She will come running to you. Hey, stupid fellow. A simple idea you don't getting. And Ravana was excited when he said, I have an idea. When he gave that idea, Ravana's 10 heads, went down. He said, idiot. One head you can think like that, I have 10 heads. You think I wouldn't have thought about it? I thought about it. One day, I had put on the costume of Rama also. I wanted to check myself and stood in front of the mirror and saw, is everything exact like Rama? Everything came exactly like Rama. And then I came back and sat. Why? The moment I had put on the garb of Rama, that Vesha of Rama, I could not think of any other woman than Mandodari. I could not think of Sita. I said, what's the point? I sat down. I said, that's Rama. His costume has that power. Ravana. And Jatayu knows all these things. Okay. So Jatayu is thinking, okay, if Ravana were to suddenly realize the mistake of him, comes and falls at the feet of Rama and says, please sir, I made a mistake, please excuse me, please save me, protect me, I will not commit such mistakes, take back Sita. What is option Rama will have? Huh? No other option to say what? Tatastu, and go home. And Ravana will be happily living. So the entire Rama avatar becomes problem now. Therefore, Rama committing the sin of abducting Sita is not sufficient enough to overpower the surrender option. So, Jatayu says, I have to force Ravana to commit such a heinous crime which is even superior to the abduction of Sita. What is that? Which even Rama will not pardon. What is it? You do an abachara to God, God will forgive. If you do any abachara to the Bhagavata, no chance. Therefore, Jatayu knowing fully well, he went and fought with Ravana, knowing 200% sure that Ravana is going to kill Jatayu. Even if Rama were to say that for the abduction of Sita, I can pardon you, but for killing Jatayu, no other option, my dear, you will be punished for that. Now you tell me, who has sealed the purpose of Rama avatar? You're all with me? First you read, it was like, correct. Then the moment that fellow comes and speaks, it's like, no, correct, no. Jatayu was completely wrong. Then again you listen to, it is what? I was not there after that because I got so confused and left. You know, what happened after that, I have no idea. But it is like when you read these stories, my dear, you have to be clear in terms of the analysis of those scenarios. You see, if you are not able to understand that, it will be very difficult for us to get the benefit of the study of Ramayana. So the first layer is to study the situations and characters and all that. I'll give you one more example and leave. Tomorrow I'll catch you because already time. Right? We started a little late, but at least minimum I wanted to touch and go today. Tomorrow we will touch the other aspect. You know, complicated aspect we will take tomorrow. When you are fresh, I'll catch you. Bharata, you know. Right? Now, if you see that character of Bharata, there are 6 characters you will find relating to Bharata. Right? The father, the Asharatha, Kaikeyi, Kaushalya, Lakshmana, then Vasishta, the Guru, Guha, the hunter, king. Interesting is, all 6 of them did not understand the greatness of Bharata. If Kaikeyi would have understood the quality of Bharata, right, do you think she would have asked that boon itself? My son should become the king. If she knows you can give it on plate, my son Bharata will not accept it. He will say only Rama should be the king. If she knows that, if she would have understood the character, the the strength of character of Bharata, do you think Kaikeyi would have asked the bone? Forget about the second bone. Asking Rama to go into forest and all that is a secondary one. First thing is what? My son should become the king. Right? If Dasharatha would have understood the character of Bharata, what he would have done? You want? No, I'll give. Let us see when Bharata comes. What he should have done? He should not have been crying and falling at her feet and fainting and buying all those drama, unnecessary drama, if that fellow would have understood the glory of Bharata. Huh? If he would have understood, he wouldn't have had any problem. He would have said what? Yes, correct, ma, don't worry. Bharata is not there, no. He has been sent to Kekeya. And this is another problem, many people have this. Many think, it is Dasharatha who conspired and sent Bharata. No. Bharata was taken straight from wedding. He never came to Ayodhya only. From Mithila, he was taken straight. Because his uncle had come to receive them. After the wedding, he says, my father, Bhishma wanted to see, so I will take them with me. And when Bharata goes, Chatrukuna will go along with them. So Bharata, Chatrukuna, after the wedding, they went straight to Kekeya. They never came here. So it was not planned by this man. But if Dasharatha would have understood the character of Bharata, he also wouldn't have had any problem. If Lakshmana would have understood the character of Bharata, he wouldn't have had doubt. He wouldn't have doubted Bharata. After this, cremation and all happened, Bharata was sitting. Vasishta goes and asks him, shall I make arrangement for your coronation? Even Vasishta didn't understand. You look at the plight. A man, his character was not recognized, understood by the mother, the father, brother, Guru also. Guha also doubts him. My question is, what made all these people blind to the character of Bharata? What blinded them? This is how you should study. This is cleaning. This is the first layer of studying Ramayana. First method of studying Ramayana is to ask questions such as this. What has made these people go blind to that character and the beauty, the vairagya, the renunciation, the devotion he has towards Rama? No one understood. There is only one fellow who understood. Even Sita did not understand, remember. Because when that Maya man starts screaming, oh Rama, oh Lakshmana, oh Sita, this, that, and all, when it is dying, when she is shouting at Lakshmana, she says, I think you and Bharata are having a pact. She says that, my God, even Sita didn't understand. Guha didn't understand. What has made all these people blind? Are they not having knowledge? What is it? Humanity makes two mistakes. One mistake of humanity is displayed here. That is, when you get overwhelmed, when you get overpowered, when you pay too much of attention on one, you miss the rest, which is what nowadays we call as hero worship. All these people were having that hero worship of Rama. And Bharata, who is as equal as Rama, they got oblivious to the glory of him. Why is it, sir? Overpowered by that. One set. There is another set of people make another set of mistakes. The next mistake people commit is, this is the current generation mistakes, that we go on finding fault with all great people. Nobody is perfect, sir. Have you heard? Nowadays it is a trend to tell how Rama is faulty. After all, Rama hid behind the tree and fought with Vali. No, he should have fought with him straight. How can he doubt, Sita? Agni Pariksha. It is not Agni Pariksha, first of all. I don't know how you people get these ideas. There is no Agni Pariksha there. Agni Pravesha. Who chose to go into Agni is Sita, not Rama. Rama never asked, you prove your chastity to me. Of course, he uses harsh words and all that. If we have time, we will see that tomorrow. Okay. Now, Rama's character is presented always with what? Any good man you see, any great characters you see. Vivekananda used to smoke, one fellow. Therefore, you do all that Vivekananda has done, you can also smoke. Why one cigarette? You can do two also you can do. Right? Any great men today, we always get a kick out of finding fault in them. Why? Do you realize what we are doing in that proper process? What is happening is only this, remember. As you keep seeing fault with all great men, all this, good. Slowly what is going to happen is, sir, nobody is good. Nobody is good. Nobody is good. Nobody is good. Nobody can be good. No one can be good. No one can be good. No one can be good. Therefore, I don't have to put in any effort to become good. So finally, what are you saying? Finally, your attention is where? The laziness in you, the tamas in you, that ego of yours doesn't want to get out of itself. Therefore, it says what? There is a best way of camouflaging the whole thing. The easiest way to say all that is what? Find fault with anyone who is considered as great. The moment I say he is a great person, immediately what do? I find some fault with them, and it is not a big deal to find fault with people. I can find fault with all of you. Is that the way you sit? Ramayana, I'm speaking, and you are sitting there like that. Huh? All of you wearing chappal. How can you wear chappal and sit and listen? Look at the way the man sitting, hand like this, talking about Ramayana, Bharata and all that. Now, what can you do? Now, you can't sit like this, I can't sit like that, I cannot laugh. Laughing? How can you laugh? Laughing problem. Frowning, another problem. Why are you crying? Another problem. Now, what do you want me to do? Remember, that's very easy for all of us. But then, the best dimension of Ramayana is where we find these characters and those situations, fascinating situations. Every situation there in Ramayana and every conversation is what you got to concentrate. If you are reading Ramayana, don't read the story. I know all of you know the story. Now, if you are going to study Ramayana, what you should study is read that conversation. The conversation that happened between Vishwamitra and Dasharatha when Vishwamitra came. Rama and Vishwamitra when Tataka appeared. Right? And Dasharatha decides to make Rama a king, and then there is a meeting that happens. Conversation of Dasharatha with the ministers and the general public. He holds two meetings, remember. One with the ministers, another one is the public representatives, general public. He holds two meetings. And then only he calls Rama and announces. The conversation between Mantra and Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi and Dasharatha. You see, every conversation that happens, Vali and Rama, Vali asks questions, Rama gives a reply. Oh my God, what a fascinating arguments he presents. I would say the best lawyer is Vali. Fascinatingly he presents his case. And how tactfully Rama counters that. See, that conversations is where the beauty is, remember. The conversation that happened after the death of Ravana. Vibhishna and Kumbhakarna, there is a conversation. Hanuman and Sita, there is a conversation. And there is a conversation between Sita and Ravana. Sita Ravana Samvada. Oh my God. Each conversations is where you should focus. The Sita's conversation with Hanuman. What a conversation that was. Because he doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know who he is. They have not met each other before. And there is no, photograph Hanuman carries to identify Sita. In entire Lanka, he has to go and search of that one woman who he has never met. How he is going to search? And he identifies. How he comes to the conclusion, this is Sita. This is how you should read Ramayana. After reading Ramayana like this, natural development will be sprinkling water. You see the qualities of Rama, the qualities of each character splashed. In fact, Ramayana starts with the 16 qualities described by Valmiki. He asks all that. Who is the great man? Kon vasmin sampratam loke gunavan kasya viryavan. Dharmajnasya kritajnasya. He goes on and on. And 16 qualities he gives and asks Narada to explain. Is there anyone right now on earth? Don't tell me in Indraloka that fellow is there. In Satyayuga there is one fellow. Right now, is there anyone with the 16 qualities? And Narada says, yes. And Narada describes 64 qualities. This fellow asked only 16. He says, there is a guy, Rama, he has 64 qualities. And the entire Ramayana is exposition of those 64 qualities, how those 64 qualities have been demonstrated by Rama. What a conversation. The conversation of Hanuman and Rama meeting first time. Not elaborate discussions and all that. They're all short conversations only. It's not like, pages together. You'll find only about, 40, 50 verses. That 40, 50 verses, you'll find those statements. Doesn't matter, even if you read it in Kannada, you read it in English, you read it in Sanskrit or any language. All those masters who have presented that, read. Automatically, your heart will start melting. The melting of the heart happens. After the heart melts, comes the Rangoli. Then comes the philosophy of Ramayana. You're all with me? The first you need to study those characters and the situations very, very logically and analytically. With a lot of reasoning you do it. Then you come to a scenario where you start seeing those greatness and the qualities, your heart expands. That's the purpose, that's the effect of studying the texts like Ramayana. Particularly Ramayana. Mahabharata also happens, but it's very tough there. Ramayana is very easy. It will melt you. Your heart melts. The melted heart is where the sprinkling of water has happened. And then you apply that Rangoli, it stays. Without that, if I go into the philosophical dimensions of Ramayana, the story itself is beautiful, the text is beautiful, the language is beautiful, the narration is beautiful, the people are beautiful. Even Ravana is a beautiful guy. Remember, he's not ugly character, please. character-wise, even physically also. He's such a great one, he is. But it melts you. After that, if you get this idea of philosophical understanding of Ramayana, it stays. It's very different. Today we have seen only one. Of course, I can't even call it as a tip of the iceberg. Tip of the 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 ice. Not berglan, eye. We touched. We will similarly see a tip of this Ramayana as philosophy, a philosophical content of Ramayana, the message, the meaning and the interpretations there of Ramayana, we will see tomorrow. Melting has to happen. I can't do anything. Hey, I can do first one, I can do the last one. In between one is your job. That's why I told you. Dharma, Moksha, Artha, Kama, that is your job. I can't do anything there. So my job is not to melt you. To melt, one opportunity is there, come in the evening. Music. The music melts. Bhakti. But now, people say, for music you don't need bhakti also. No, now nothing can be done. Right? I don't know what to say then. Right? Now, music is one of the ways in which your heart melts. You may not understand the language of it, you may not understand the nuances of the music and all that. The sheer sound, has the effect. So, that you can try. And tomorrow you can come if you are really interested in knowing the philosophy of Ramayana. Right? Hari Om.